This is a ceiling built by the wilderness. The whole house is made of stone and earth, built under the rocks. Inner space can live a house be a generation. Even if there's a party, it's okay. Women want to give their children a home, smashing a hole in the ground. The two children also moved the tree trunk into the hole, like the structure of the house your mother is constantly building. He also learned to dig holes and fill them with stones. Use a firm stone. Soon under the rock there was a tree. There is a saying that if you want to get rich, you must first
There is
fix
a slippery
the road.
mud road TRU.
You can transport building materials by trolley. Make the villa construction completed faster. You too don't want your old mother toiling rocks home. Then put stones between the branches, forming stone wall. Digging some soft mud spot watering fresh mountain streams. 82 years you can get wild homemade cement. By applying on the stone wall, and between the gaps, structure of stone walls and tight trunk, and more definitely. They say children make their homes early. The collaboration. Let the stone wall be at waist height. I went hunting and brought back fresh lamb. Big meat chain. Body supplements for two brothers who are growing body but just finished eating. Get back under the rock and keep working. There's a lot of soft soil under the rock. After constantly digging it out, it can make space inside the wall. More spacious while also making the ground flatter. Mud digging RA just to mix and make wild cement. You just need to constantly transport rocks from under the mountain. Can continuously cast higher wall. Even the lower side of the altitude has begun to reach the top, full of stones for the family to feel safe. The family also drank tea in the house for the first time. The boy did not forget to let the old donkey at home also drink fresh and clean mountain spring water. Suddenly the whole family found out. Next to the house is a giant rock. For the safety and space of removing mud under rocks, after hanging by the tree's branches, let's all push it down together. To form a stronger stone wall. Continue to apply homemade cement to the surface. The family built very quickly together. Soon the outer wall was filled with mud. I can't see $10 anymore. The red shirt has been hard these days. I also learned a lot about hunting. Happy hugging does not want to leave. I want to be on the mountain immediately. This is a calm little villa. The family moved the rubble down, stones stacked on top of each other to build a wall. But consider the light. You have to leave space for the window. Tire picked up on the side of the road. Fit into the gap. North-south to turn the light on, but it's not hot. The other window uses a rice cooker. Replace the dismantled parts. I also use homemade cement to reinforce the windows. Prevent being blown away by strong winds. But the entrance to the food in front of us is steep and dangerous. Sweet boy and mom born in mud. Together make the whole slope more slippery TRU. When the stone house goes into the boundary link. BA structural review. We decided to replace the rubble with wood. Just tie and fix with fine barbed wire. It can make the wall indestructible. But the outer wall is dirt. It's a little rough in front of me. Because of the beauty of the woman, paste the gravel onto the half-dipped surface, in the ground just waiting to dry. The outside wall is exquisite, and there's a sense of design. But there's a lot of hard rock in the house. These hard bones can all be used, shovel down. The extra space is the squares. It can make the whole family bigger. And these sands, after filtering through the filter screen, you can get fine sand. It's not just a snack table. Pour in some dry straw. Add some 82-year-old mountain streams. You can get extreme. After applying high-quality Baja powder to the inside of the wall. Made according to the exquisite Pebbles decoration paste. This process is both coordinated and fast. Your father relies on his hands and works hard. Now the old mother grilled some meat. I ate some northeastern rice today. This barbecue table looks delicious at a glance, and look at the little fat sheep full of mountains. No need to worry about the next meal. After watching it, work efficiency has also been greatly improved. The whole house has been covered in wild cement. Without ventilation. 2 windows. Like eyes that can see the outdoors. Topography of the South Palace. Let the family end. The beast fights invincible. The next day the family moved the furniture into the cut food. Cement quality. After sun exposure is also improved. Then you can build a house out of wood. Man cut out grooves. Use of bamboo structure. Fix the wood between the small wolf head door frame. After banging punches holes on both sides, and small wood cone inserts. But first, you need to nail the wooden board to it. Gathered into wooden piles of the same length, and nailed in the middle. Fixed one side by barbed wire. After plugging in the door frame. Door open and close freely. Make everyone feel safe. It's also very good at hiding under the rock. But considering that the slope in front of the door is so steep, next plan to make stairs for easy access. Really looking forward to. Handability. Family's final results off the charts. Boy digging mud in front of the door to fix the shield. Large slope is not convenient to get in and work. He piled stones on a thick flat surface. And irrigate 82 years of mountain streams and soil above. The plain gradually formed. Based on this platform, you can constantly expand out around. Open up 4 rooms 2 halls 200 vats no problem. You can make tea and drink water on the open ground. Body nourishment. After the fried fish, return to food and fry the gravel. Convex ground is filled with fine sand. Food is a children's playground. But recently the nomadic line has been expanding. Family cleared the land flat at the foot of the mountain. Build a tent. It's as simple as a temporary shelter. It's also convenient to build food. Faster to get up and down the mountain, shortening the time. The man digs the stairs according to the contour of the mountain. Continuously winding up can make it easy to climb a mountain. And next to the food also cleans the empty bottom. Just put the old ancestral carpet. It can be used as an outdoor open kitchen. Whether it's making Mexican tacos or small sandwiches, it's all hands. There are more and more stairs. Gradually clear and strong, it's time to try the stairs. Old mother watered some mountain spring water and applied it with her hands, laying stones when the cement doesn't dry when the sun rises. It will be as fast as stone. In this way, with the family's efforts from the top of the mountain, the path from the tent to the throne, the stone house on the top of the mountain is finished. Not only safer, but also a sense of ritual. Immediately went home showing off the chicken curry rice as a party. But the family's water problem has not been resolved. At the top of the mountain there is a lake. Connection via super long pipe, cleaning the weeds on the hillside. To smooth flow pipeline TRU. Connect a steel pipe at the bottom and connect the faucet. We use sand below. Process the dark line of the pipeline. Wastewater glued with full ceremony crumbs. Now when the faucet is open, you can get clean water. After the pipeline is covered in mud. Beauty is not easily destroyed. Whether it's washing clothes, cooking or making tea and drinking water. But it's all more convenient. These days, changing clothes in the shower is between 2 trees. The whole family has to be strung together. The whole food chain already has a multifunctional support facility. People. At this time, the outdoor open-air kitchen can no longer satisfy the nomadic family. Plan to upgrade to a star-rated kitchen to improve meals. Convenient to build. Woman digs a hole deep in the mud. Insert a twig picked up by the side of the road and pressed firmly. Do the same for building kitchen frames. Old mother banged her own wood in the middle of the tree. Although the size, different dimensions, but has a primal beauty. A rock only needs to build half the original room. Some seams are even deliberately reinforced to prevent thieves. 4. Leaving the size of a door for easy access. And building uneven ground. Put some fine sand watering mountain streams. 82 years old, you can lean against a wooden wall and use your bare hands to squeeze the cabinet out. After waiting to dry, just cut the wood of the right length. Stacked on top of each other to form a flat surface. To use the space, the drama has a second floor. Real men have played mud RAHOA. Only a few are finished. And a nomadic family on another hill. I heard my new friend is here. Immediately came to congratulate and wanted to eat. Rely on each other many people. The man directly took out a small fat sheep. Put a full table in the food. There's 10 kids in this room. We can finally eat a good meal. The long body also fits. Take advantage of the kitchen of the heart. This wave of manipulation is real, shocking to everyone on the mountain next door. The party is over, it just rained. Houses made of raw mud. Substance not only doesn't collapse, instead, they're all competing to accumulate rainwater. Convenient to use in the future. Continue to use wild cement. Apply to wood wall panels in kitchen. Everything is immediately arranged. Cutting is more fireproof than wood surface. And waterproof roof. Use a plastic plate you picked up on the side of the road to weigh rain above against UV and sunny day. Moisturizing life. I think the food at home is better. Women to make the kitchen more beautiful. Still drawing round blocks of dirt on the outside by wall. Hand knot. Homemade compass is still quite possible. Take out some heirlooms. Cut it. Remove the spoon pattern and paste it on the surface for decoration. The circle symbolizes the reunion. The spoon represents appetite. Smart woman inserts 2 logs up the slope. After nailing the crossbar, let's tie special ropes for lanyards. You can give 2 small treasures to play swing. Although the family in SA, the desert is empty, but my building an amusement park for kids while the big summer. For hygienic safety. Next, we will build a bathroom, the family's dream. Nomads are building luxury villages. I've never seen such an omnipotent mother. Take the doll home alone in the mountains. It's not just about creating a comfortable haven, then clearing the wasteland to grow vegetables. Self-sufficiency in nature. The previous location was removed. Hawa was forced to move house with her daughter. But consider not having enough money to buy a house. You can only choose to build your own. Fortunately, there's a lot of land in the trench. It doesn't take long. Let them find the right place. Hawa went nearby to find some branches. Light a fire to keep yourself and your family warm. After a short break, he brought stones from nearby. We're going to build a little house here. Let the girls be less bored. He made a swing. Simple on the tree with strap. But just started building. It started to rain in the sky. Okay, prepare the rocks here. Just find some wood. You can build the frame of the awning. Finally put on a plastic cloth. To avoid cold and rain. Waiting until the sun comes out. Hawa speed up construction. He uses mud with stones. Building walls. He also collected 10 more stones in front of the door. The rain is not too muddy. For higher security, Hawa added an inner wall. There may be more storage space. Considering the cold at night, the fireplace is essential, so Hawa found a large slab. Combined with small stones to build the base, and then keep building until there's a prototype. Ra then continue to stretch upwards stretched onions. There may be a fire tonight. But if you want to get warmer, you have to keep building walls. Hava spend time and will dig some wild vegetables nearby. After cleaning, we will drive to the market town. With this small income, it can also guarantee basic living. Over the next few days, he continued to build the wall. After applying the slurry inside, then use the crumbling stone for decoration. It could also look much nicer. When he finished, he lit the fireplace. While speeding up indoor drying, you can boil a pot of hot tea to quench your thirst. After a little rest, he stretched the onions out. There will be no more smoke in the house. For more storage space, Hava found some logs by the fireplace. 1. Against the wall above the frame paved with tree branches. Cover 1 layer RA sacks. Finally apply a layer of sludge. There's a good shelf. There's a lot to put here. After doing it all, he didn't even forget to bring the rubble on the ground. Clean the dirt. My daughter also came to help. Although many people have more than a portion of their energy, 7 is almost done. I want to build a real roof. You can't always rely on this plastic cloth. So he took down the records of the house. Digging machine hole in front of outside wall. Put it in stone. As the owner of the city. Because the space in the middle is too big, we have to keep building the wall. In the middle is using the big stone behind. Digging main girder RA. Then sawing the remaining logs to length. Verified use of fixed rope to the main beam. A finished roof frame. Then Hawa collect 10 shrubs nearby. Using tree branches to clip into tissues on the roof. These jobs aren't done yet. It's getting dark. The rest can only wait until dawn. It took a whole day to finish the roof. Now you can put the plastic back. Then he adds new mud. Make the threshold and the door position this way when it rains. It can stop rainwater from pouring in. A natural door is necessary. As long as the remaining branches are useful. After simply connecting, a door appears. Although it still looks a bit rudimentary now. But it's a good start. With the basic completion of the house, Hawa must also continue to improve the details. He was covered in mud this morning. Hardening of the outer wall. Then transfer to the stone powder door for higher cushion. Prevent rainwater from flowing backwards when it rains. And finally the land. A platform into the house did it. As soon as I finished this, it started to rain. Vic can test the difficulty of the platform. Even though he won't be swept away by the rain. But the front door was muddy. So Hawa went over and picked up a pot of gravel. Fall directly in front of the door. When it rains will not be full of mud feet. When girls run away, there was also a drainage hole outside. He hurried back to tell his mother. For the sake of water, Hawa will sit here to store water. So, he took the tools to dig the sewers along the hillside, then dig a deep hole to hold water. It's got to be brushed with a plastic cloth, smashing rocks around for cleaner water. He's putting gravel in the drainage area. 6. Reduce the flow of sand. Even though this water can't be drunk directly, but for washing ain't no problem. It also makes their lives much more convenient. And with abundant water, he plans to open a vegetable field next to the house. Grow some fruits and vegetables. It can also be self-sufficient. Do it. Just get the soil excavator off the surface. You can get a delicious piece of vegetables. To ensure basic living, Hawa. Sometimes I would go to the big house nearby to clean. Even though Sao can still earn some income from Wombo. With this money he'll come to town to buy seeds. By the way, buy steel wire with spikes and other items. Convenient for his next step to build. Photographer helps find a free trip. I can let you both come back quickly. But you can only send it to them on the side of the road. The rest of the road still relies on your feet. Because the time is early. Hava removed the door. Nail the plank you just bought up there. This light stone looks much safer. Wait until the next morning. He took his daughter to collect 10 wood. After returning to dig machine holes around vegetable fields. Clamping wood inside with stone. After completing all the force columns of this round, you can put barbed wire on it. Below is pressed with stone and mud. Prevent small animals from running in and destroying. The SA then cleans up the rubble inside. Then Hawa not far away. Wire a little smooth mud placed on the top floor of the vegetable garden. Then sprinkle the seeds and they can wait for germination. For the sake of watering, he heats up the barbed wire. Use it to heat up. A few small holes under the plastic pot. Make a simple sprinkled kettle. This small tool, it can make him do more. Want to store water better? Hawa plans to expand water reservoir, so he took the last piece of plastic down. Expand the swimming pool further, and then we found these big rocks. With cement bought from the town. Protect them around the pool. The space behind is too large. Use gravel to fill. After completion, it is very similar. Bottom use cement hardened top layer. You can use it when it is dry. To beautify a little higher. Hawa is still at the bottom. Carry out decoration photography. RA is the original thick hollow brick. Convenient for two mother and son to build. Hawaii's actually built walls on both sides of the water. As a ladder along the hillside for easy drainage. The upper water inlet must also be hardened. To ensure cleaner water. The inside is also decorated with rubble. And the seams of the large shale use baits to block. If not, it's still waterproof. With these infrastructures, it can also take your mother's life to the next level. High in recent days. Focus. His work is always at work. Building a new house every day, busy from morning to night. Just to be able to quickly get in. But there's a lot of laundry and cooking. Slowing down the overall progress. With his relentless efforts. The wall quickly has artist chow. I have to leave the front window here. Convenient wall corner ventilation is added. Try with some mud in the ocean. Prevent water seepage in the rain. Free time. He had to go to someone's house nearby to do his job. Short term, start some cow sheet cleaning work. At least in exchange for a small amount of money. To ensure the most basic needs of life. I can't work when it rains. Your mother can only stay in a small house. But life is not always easy. The girl had a fever due to the rain. Make him some hot porridge. Can only go to the village clinic to get the hanging bottle. And then come back for a few more days. To have a better life. He used the rest of the money to buy some seedlings. Planting in idle vegetable fields. Wait until the girl fully recovers. New Hawa continues to build new houses. Using Baja powder to build walls on both sides of the wall. You can build horizontal beams. There must be one on the window. Wait for the powder to dry completely. You can put a boat, put roots on the horizontal floor. Finally put the plank to make the roof. The new house has a rough shape. But now it's far from the owner's standard. It's not just the roof that's raining on the four sides, it's leaking air, so Hawa used the remaining $7. Blocking the space under the eaves. Now she looks like a model. There is not enough wood in the house. Hawa will go to the mountain today. Not far away he found a fallen tree branch. This will save him a lot of energy. Just got home to make some food for my daughter. So that he can fill his stomach. And with the idea of making the best use of everything. Hawa will now be plastic panels on the roof. Directly cut down a layer. On the new roof. Although it is a little thin, the rain resistance is more than enough. After squeezing the stone and cutting off the leftovers, then dig up some mud. After cleaning up the rubble inside, wet with thick sprinkled water. Wet grass after the roof is finished. He doesn't rest either. It's mixed with her flour. Combine with rubble to fill in the remaining gaps. Make sure there are no air leaks in the house. The inner walls must also be covered. My daughter will also come to help. Although he can do not much. But being able to help mom with her work still makes him happy. It's just being covered in cho and having to wash him off. To have more time to do these things. Hawa took another day to go to work. Use the money you earn to buy a water pipe. Like that. That can direct water to the vegetable fields over here. Then use it, high and low T to open in the cage groove position. So that the water can cover the entire field. Is also considered to implement semi-automatic irrigation. But improve work efficiency. It could also give him more time to do other things. As the weather gets hotter, the flowers on the mountain have blossomed around the house of this Hawa. Another beautiful landscape, but this also makes bees around become a lot. Fortunately, it will not affect normal life. And when the wall is finished, Hawa digs some more mud trucks. Shovel into the house through the window, filling the ground inside. You also have to remove the rubble inside. When he's out shopping, find a lot of hanging decorations here. So he asked the boss if he needed to do it manually. Look at them. The boss also agreed to let him watch. After getting the thing back, whether Hawa started working one-handed, he's still very skillful. Put the materials together with a needle and thread. It's become very beautiful. Bring it back to the store after the boss checks it. 55 is also the pleasure of paying Lao. Although there is not much money to do this, but victory in long-term stability, despite living in nature. But every day I wake up and Hava cleans the front door. Even if you have a good environment, you are in a good mood. Then we'll prepare breakfast for ourselves and our daughter. Block the filling of the abdomen to have the power to work. When he's not busy, he takes the sack. Take your daughter to pick up trash nearby. He pulled down to the mall. You can also exchange a little income. Not much, but I know the rules. Accumulating much. It fits, you can exchange a bag of vegetables. That's enough for both of us to eat for a few days. The next day he built a new house. Because the threshold is too high, he's going to build a platform on the front door. So Hawa took the country, plan a suitably sized area in front of the door, then find stones from nearby, combined with slurry to raise. Inside is filled with mud and rubble. Around not only save time and effort, it makes the door look cleaner. See the frame of the finished house. The photographer decided to fund them with a door. At least it's much safer than wood. So Hawa took her daughter to town. Choose an anti-theft door for beauty. Next he also bought brushes and paints. But the car couldn't get into the mountain. Even a big iron door has to rely on. Hawa bring in. When we got home, it wasn't dark. So he painted it. Then lift the door up and wipe the dust off it. You can color it. So can also prevent it from rusting better. After a night of sun drying, Hagwa take the door frame. It's that this door is much smaller than the previous one, but paste one side construction. It's not irreparable. He's opening a hole on one side of the air mass. Fix the door frame with granny powder. The other is to use the other material. A little filling after completion. You can install the entrance. Although some houses but overall looks good. To be stronger Hawa used the rest of her powder. Placed inside the seams of the outer wall. The next day when we both went out, found farmland nearby that was harvesting wheat, so he moved forward. Ask if you need to hire someone. I'm happy to agree. After showing him what land is his, Hawa start working. His hands are fast and his strength is great. The efficiency is still very high. Daughter lying on wheat. Waiting for him to finish this land will take all day. When paying, he heard that a note had just been written down. Immediately recommend. You can use records as a labor fee. So he goes to Theo and gets a drive. With these things, they're one step closer to their dream life. Because cooking uses a lot of wood every day. Storage in the house is not enough. The next morning Hava took her daughter with her. Run up the mountain 10. It doesn't take long to have a big bundle on your back. When I get home, I can make breakfast. I want a more stable life. Hava decided to expand the vegetable garden. Do it. He took the tools and started to act. It only takes half a day. Expand to the size you want. Pull the water pipe back here to irrigate the soil. Then slowly think about what to plant. The photographer also gave them a small window. This makes both of you very happy. Wait until after lunch and mix it with mud and flour. The stones that are left outside. Even though my daughter is young, minimize sharp parts in the room as much as possible. Then you can install a window like a gate. Flow size early out much larger. Or use gravel and gravel to fill it. The new house is basically finished. Want to register quickly? Or you have to harden the ground with cement. This can effectively reduce indoor dust. With the completion of the Hawa room floor, you have to take into account the unknown risks. He buried a drain under the gate. Whether it's leaking rain or mopping the floor, it can all be helpful. Through the canvas in the museum first. Prevent clogging by cement. Then use the wooden board against. Fill the inside and outside thresholds. Considering the newly developed vegetable plot is still vacant, he's taking his daughter to town today. We'll buy some seeds and materials. Photographer RA saw his shoes. Your mother is too broken. Offer them 2 pairs. Take your daughter to choose new shoes. Then they came to the house next door. Buy another coil of barbed wire. Prevent the following soil destroyed by the surrounding small animals. Just a few days ago, his money was enough. Next is to buy seeds. Before returning, he even bought his daughter an ice cream. Waiting after getting home is still early. So he cleaned up the wreckage in the vegetable garden. Then you can plant seeds inside. Then dig the chicken hole around. Put the barbed wire on. It's not finished. It's completely dark. Because without an electric light, he could only light a fireplace to make some food to feed myself and my daughter. The next day, Hava took her daughter out to do chores. Fortunately, it's been wheat harvest season recently. There's still a lot of work to do. He went out and found one closing material bag under carp in the wheat field. Even though I have to be busy one day, but still very beneficial. Waiting for nothing else, busy Hawa remix her dough. Put all the walls outside. Total aesthetic enhancement. I can wait almost dry. Polish it smooth. These jobs look simple. It's really time consuming. For my mother and son, Tin, the best thing now is that the vegetables have been harvested. A few days later, Hawa continued painting the walls. It takes a few days to do it all. Look, by the pool is always very muddy. So Hawa went to collect 10 lots of stones. It's all down by the pool, and there's a place to go. Next to the vegetable garden, do the same. Such aesthetics have been greatly improved. And even when it rains, they can have clean roads. And then he went and dug some dirt. Put it on the Georgia cord in front of the door. Make this place as flat as possible. You also need to apply a powder to the outside. If you don't get washed away by the rain, it's very troublesome, and want to make sure that the house doesn't leak. Water on rainy days. Still have to mix cement. Add a hard layer to the roof. But there's so much to do every day. So the overall progress isn't as fast. Just in time for the photographer, RA brought half a bag of flour. Hava immediately or on that grill for them. Like food for the next few days. Daughter for receiving a cloth doll, always harassing thick. I want him to use this little bamboo basket. 6 blue ocean for dolls. So Hawa used the rest of the fabric. Fix the small cover basket into the roof even beam. Though it looks normal. But girls have fun. Except for these things. The photographer also brought back a wooden bag. So Hawa decided to use these materials. After building a fence, barrier on this side of the platform into the house, he dug a plain hole at the edge. Buried the bungalow inside and clamped it in stone. Pour cement. Wait the next day after drying, then nailing the remaining boards on the roof. Sometimes girls meet him too busy. Will also be actively lazy through some work. Even though his methods are not yet proficient. But it can also help a lot. Waiting after meal, Hava coloring for fence finished. Make him more beautiful than the last part of the job, even if the platform into the house is hardened. This way the rain can reduce the mud. When the cement is completely dry, I poured water in this morning. Clean the inside and outside of the new house, thanks to the preset water pipe. Still very convenient. Then wash all the milk cups and blankets. Put on the fence in front of the door to dry. Waiting for the son to move into a new house. The front door is a bit empty. So Hawa went looking for stones to combine with mud. Has built several beds of flowers before such a platform. Later grow what can also look better. Today he went to the village to buy a lot of eggplant. After bringing it back, cut it into small pieces. Add spices to the pot for cooking. Put it in a jar for preservation. You can also bring it to the market to exchange a little income. But that's not enough. Because Hava wants to buy a rug for the new house. So he went looking for a craft job. You need to follow the corresponding pattern when the chart is not seen. His skills in this field. Also very proficient, and waiting to finish this job. The money he needs is enough. So he took his daughter to town. Buy the cheapest land. The blanket can be placed indoors after returning. Look at such a beautiful house, girls happily dance. They are also here. First meal in the new house, because there's no rush today. Hava continues to gnaw a piece of vegetable, and he also spends time making new crafts. But this time it's not about money. It's the decorations for the new room. Last time he looked out. My daughter loves this. Look at this ornament, also makes Hawa feel a lot. Because the new room is cleaner. Girls sleep much better than before. Current housing solved perfectly. Hawa started thinking about quality of life. She's going to build a toilet next door. So here privacy will also be much higher. Same as before. Use Bates powder to plan the location of the platform. Then get a shovel and dig a chicken hole. Then you can collect $10 nearby and pour it into the chicken hole. Photographer RA saw him working so hard. It's still about buying some building materials. This will also give him a lot of power. But I want to be stronger. Hollow part of the air mass still have to be filled with rubble. Wait for the outside wall to be 2 stories high. Hawa just built a partition in the middle. Then keep going up. 2 days to move to a new house. Do girls have a habit of sleeping? I can see he feels secure here. Outside of construction work, Hava has to go to work a few more days. They must at least meet basic living needs. He's going to build a bathroom in a few days. I'm half tall now. He also took the time to reinforce the flower bath in front of the door. It's been building continuously for days. I could see the journey together. Just wait for it to dry and cover it. With a new house, Hawa decided to renovate the old house. Whether it's the kitchen or the storage room, they're all good choices. So he moved the cement. First, put the ground up. At least you can't let me get all dusty. Even the storage shelf did before. Can't be ignored. The ground outside the door has to be repaired. If you don't come from your new home, the high and the low are not flat. You just need to bring some rocks. Combine with 7 bases for party, and then you can flatten the ground. After doing this, it's already dark. The next day, after dealing with all kinds of trivia, I used the remaining 7 to build a new kitchen outside the door. After all, when the weather gets hotter, cooking under the shade of this tree will be more comfortable. He made some cake with sauce to fill his stomach. But because it's empty, the wind is strong. Hawa still moved it to the rock. Then mixed some cement to fix. This new kitchen looks great. This morning Hawa will flow when storing water. To ensure clean water, the daughter is playing her simple swing. One does not bother mom's job. Then prepare a simple breakfast, so that you two can have a full stomach. Then Hawa mixed the powder. She put a layer on the old house wall. Not only dust reduction can also look more beautiful. There are still some boards in the house. Hawa will use it. Let's give them back the mud wall slope. Fixed wood plank vertically. Besides, doing the same thing just doesn't look very strong. For more stability underneath, Hawa more wood planks. Wait for the dough to dry. He'll paint the walls to paint. You also have to brush a little. It's really beautiful to do that. Considering the weather is getting hotter, the photographer, gave the mother and son a leather sack. Let him brush on the old roof. So Hawa removed the plastic sheet RA. Then go around collecting 10 fresh branches and leaves. Put it back on the roof. Can not only isolate some of the heat, it can also make the house look better. Then you can open the sunshade cloth, using barbed wire fixed to the frame on the roof. After completing all this, Hawa call water. Clean the cabinet and floor. Such pot. After the pot and seasoning also has its own place of residence. After doing this, Hawa is simply doing something to eat. Combined with small dishes just picked, you can make yourself and your daughter eat well. The time he built the wall was another story high. Then he went into the village. See if you need to get food. I ran over and offered to help. The girl next door looks for fruit. Although this flower has no reward, but the host family took the initiative to get a bag of vegetables. This can also feed the mother and child for a few days. After returning, they cut cucumbers and marinated. It's also a delicious side dish. Because the ground in front of the old house was uneven, so Hawa took the tool, digging around the body parts. Then repeat the plan, make them look better. The girl is swinging next to me. No matter what, he can't help it. Waiting to cover the ground, Hawa finds some more big stones. You combine with mudstone, build a staircase on the porch. Maybe not practical for him, but for girls up and down, it can save a lot of energy. Finally, using mud, the stones that are left outside overall look much nicer, but Hawa not satisfied. Also special mosaics with gravel. You can see that his aesthetic is very online. After completing these things, back to the room with the full-bellied class girl. Wait for the mud to dry and add cement. Hard in front of the old house. This way, when the rainy season comes, there's less mud. This vast ground plus the stairs. It also took a lot of his time. Now the best news for both of you is, vegetables have come into contact with a lot of fruit, enough for 2 people to be safe. Although the gravel is inlaid on the foundation into the house very beautifully, but considering the overall ruggedness and safety, Hawa still decided to cover with cement. He's using the money he's made these days. Photography RA bought a small curtain. Simple changes can be turned into hanging curtains here. Overall, the effect is still very good. There's a little paint left. Hawa used to color gates and paint on walls. Living outside just wants a little bit of everything, and rely on Hawa's own efforts. I believe it won't be long. They can live the life they dream of.